Hello. So welcome to a very off-the-cuff episode of Student It Presents. I'm not doing any research for this, but I'm constantly being asked this question of how do I study for longer periods of time? Why is it bad to study for long periods of time? How can I be more productive, more effective? And, as it's coming up to exam season, potentially, if the pandemic allows, I don't think it will though, we're getting asked by students, how can I fit more revision in? I just wanted to do a quick answer to that, in the fact that you shouldn't be trying to add more in, especially if you're doing a lot already. Because if you're adding more in, the key point of revision is retention. You want retention, not hours done revising. The amount of hours done revising does not equal the amount of retention, if that makes sense. So it's a simple equation. What's the perfect amount of hours to get the most amount of retention? If your retention drops, pointless. You're just reading books. Nothing going in and going straight out. Yeah, you've got to keep it up, and it's got to stay in the mind. It's got to be there. It's got to be fresh. There are ways you can do this. There's a good couple of tips. Other than eat well, sleep well, they're the two important factors, and taking breaks. So what I mean by eat well, obviously don't eat fast food, don't eat a lot of junk, because that makes you feel lethargic, and it doesn't help you to concentrate. You also need to drink well, so a lot of juice, a lot of water, not too much tea and not too much coffee. By sleeping well, you can make sure your concentration is highest. If you can't sleep, you lose concentration, and again, you are just tired and you don't retain the information. When you're actually revising though, what you can do is you can set up a routine. So you need to structure your day in about 15 to 30 minute segments. Bear with me on this. And then on an Excel spreadsheet, have the time down the left and what you want to do. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday at the top. And then in the middle, start filling in what you want to do. So 7 till 8 a.m. might be breakfast. Absolutely fine. Nothing wrong with that. 8 till 10 is revision time. And you can use something called the Pomodoro, technique, where it's 20 minutes revision, 5 minutes break. 20 minutes revision, 5 minutes break. It could be 25 minutes revision, 5 minutes break, half an hour, nice and round. And then you do that for the 2 hours. At 10 o'clock, you can have a 30-minute break if you wish. And then 10:30 till, say, 12, you can do more revision. And then 12 till 1, have lunch. Maybe 1 till 2, do an assignment, or, go and see some friends, have a call, do something else, and then 2 till 4 is some more revision. And I think if you aim for 4 to 6 hours of good revision, and I think 6 hours is the maximum, you shouldn't be aiming for any more than 6 hours, because after then you're going to lose retention. That is a good day. If you're doing 8, 10, 12 hours of revising, how much of that are you taking in? I think 6 hours of revision is a lot. I might be wrong, but this is just my personal opinion. It's similar to a work day. If you're making someone work for 12 hours, how effective are they in those 12 hours? We need to look at effectiveness and productivity rather than hours spent revising. Don't revise for more than 1 hour at a time. Usually after about 45 minutes, you lose concentration. So make sure you try and keep it short, sharp. It's always to try and do it in bursts rather than length. That means that you can stay concentrated. You'll feel a bit tired afterwards. That's why you have the break, 5-10 minutes, do what you want, and then you go straight back to it. By having a routine, you have a structure, and you can make sure you can stick to it. Print it out, stick it on your wall, stick it next to your computer, and you can see it. And a top tip is to set a timer. Something called Parkinson's law. The time we give ourselves to do the work is the time it will take, essentially. So if you give yourselves 2 hours to do that work will take 2 hours. Parkinson's law, look it up, I'll put a link below. So if you set a reminder for every 15-30 minutes that you're meant to have a break, you're like, right, I need to get that done in 15-30 minutes. You're on track, you're focused, and there's no distractions. You get it done, you have a break, you take a reward. And then you train your mind to keep doing that, and then your retention should be higher, you're focused, you're looking at it, and there's so much more you can do to look at retention. Massive subject, but this is just how to structure your day. Afterwards, so once you've got your routine, you've got your timer, figure out your rewards. So, for instance, a reward can be anything. It can be having an hour on COD. It can be an hour on FIFA. It can be watching a movie. It can be spending time with friends. It could be anything you want. As long as it's meaningful to you, that's your reward. And then when you've had a good day, you go and do your reward. You can have smaller rewards. So if you have a good hour, say chocolate is a reward. Say you've had a good hour, you go and have a bar of chocolate, and that kicks in. You go, right, well that's good. Now I want another one. So in order to get another one, I have to do another hours of good work, and then you have another chocolate bar, and you keep doing that, and it basically trains your mind to get into the process of, if I put in this hard work, I get this reward. I don't mean this in a harsh way, but it's very similar to training your pet. If we take a dog, for example, if you have a treat and you make the dog sit, every time the dog sits, it expects a treat. It's exactly where our minds work. Very similar. After that, so you've got your routine, you've got your timer, you've got your rewards. Make sure you have sufficient breaks and enjoy it. I know it's not fun. I've been there, I've done it. I didn't like it. I'm not an academic person. I didn't enjoy revising one little bit. But if you try and make it fun, you're more likely to retain it. I use stories. So I used to make up stories about everything. Use pretty little colours. Made up the story and then started going on from there. And I found out that I retained a lot more because I remembered the stories rather than the words that were written. I hope this helps. This is just a very quick sort of off-the-cuff episode. I hope you like it. If you want more of these tips, let me know and I'll quite happily do some more.